Hey guys, welcome to Carnivore Expeditions. Today I'm going to be doing a review of this NexTorch eStar Headlamp. Let's take a look at the box before we crack it open. The front of the box says that it has up to 1300 lumens. The side of the box says there are 5 different modes. There's a combined spot and flood mode. There is a spotlight only mode. There is a floodlight only mode. There is a red light mode. And there is an SOS mode, which I assume is some type of strobe light. Turning over to the other side, there's a little chart which says that the highest output is 1300 lumens. The lowest output is 5 lumens. On high, the light will shine for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and on low, it will shine for 110 hours. As far as distance goes, it says that it will go up to 205 meters. For those of us who speak American, that's about 670 something feet. And the minimum distance is 4 meters. It looks like it's waterproof up to 1 meter and it's drop proof up to 1 meter. There's a 10-year warranty and there's a little QR code here where you can register your product, I assume, to get the warranty. Let's open it up and take a look. Okay, there's the headlamp. It's very well packaged. See if I can pull it out. A little tag here. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. Okay, here's a little package at the bottom. Let's see what's in here. Okay, there's a USB-C cable for charging. Here's an instruction booklet. I will go through that in a little bit. Okay, here is the battery. It has its own unique 1200 milliamp battery. Looks like it comes with a little cloth bag that you can keep the headlamp in. Let's take a closer look at the headlamp itself. Let me see if I can break it apart here. The headlamp comes with a head strap. There it is. Behind this lens there are 5 LED diodes for the various modes. That arrow shows your selection. You can turn it clockwise or counterclockwise to set it to the different modes. Here is the side dial for adjusting the lumens. You can make it brighter or dimmer by turning that dial. You can adjust the angle of this mounting bracket up or down. Let's see if we can open it up. Alright, there is another battery. So it comes with 2 batteries. There's one in the box and one is already mounted inside the headlamp. They each have a little USB-C port. I'm charging up the batteries. There's a little red light for when it's charging. And that little red light turns to blue once it's fully charged and ready to go. Let's cycle through the various modes. These are the floodlights, these 2 LED lights at the bottom. Floodlights are for casting a wide beam. Let's see if we can switch it over to spotlight. Okay, there is the spotlight. That is for casting a long, narrow beam. Here is the red light for preserving your night vision. Here is SOS mode for an emergency or if you're trying to signal someone. I have it back on spot mode, and this is how you can increase or decrease the lumens. You turn this little dial on the side, you can make it brighter, or you can turn it back the other way and make it dimmer. That's a really neat feature. Here is the spotlight and floodlight combined, where you get the maximum of 1300 lumens, the brightest setting for the light. I have the light mounted to my helmet. You can tilt it down to get just the right angle for hiking or biking. You can also just put it on your head with the head strap. I'm going to show you how to check the battery level. When you first turn on the light, you will see some little blue lights here on the top of the headlamp. In this case, there are 4 little blue lights. They only stay on for just a second, but that lets you know that your battery is fully charged. When the battery starts to deplete, you will only see 3 lights, 2 lights, and 1 light. That lets you know that your battery is getting low. Right now, I have 4 little blue lights, so I know that my headlamp is fully charged and ready to go. Let's take the eStar headlamp inside this cave and see how it works out. If you follow my channel, you know that I love to explore caves. All right, I'm deep inside the cave. I'm well away from the entrance. I have the NexTorch eStar turned on. This is the floodlight setting. It casts a very wide beam. I'm going to dial it down. Okay, I'm reducing the lumen level. The lower you have your lumens, of course, the longer your battery will last. I'm going to turn it back up again. All right, that is the floodlight only. Okay, this is the spotlight only. It casts a very narrow beam, but it really throws it a long way. I'm going to turn it down. I'm going to turn it back up. All right, I'm going to switch it again. This is the floodlight and the spotlight going simultaneously. This gets you the maximum of 1300 lumens. Of course, this will run down your battery quicker. I'm going to turn down the lumen level, turn it back up. That is really bright for this little light. Okay, this is the red light. This is the light which will save your night vision. You can also turn up or down the intensity on the red light. And you can switch over to the SOS mode. The SOS mode just flashes the red light continuously. I made it out of the cave and it's still daytime. Guys, let's wrap it up. The NexTorch eStar Headlamp. I have been using this all weekend. It's a good, versatile headlamp. I've used it to explore this cave. I've also done a little mountain biking at night. I've done a little hiking at night. And I've done some camping this weekend. Also, this is a great light just to keep in the glove box of your car in case of an emergency. Guys, I'm going to leave a link down in the comments. If you want to pick up one of these, you can get the best price on the internet by following that link. This is not a paid review. I did not receive any compensation for reviewing this light, but I do think it's a very good, solid headlamp. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day.